to Metal Titans, Guardians of Metal Entertainment Worldwide. I'm here with Aaron of Seven Horns, Seven Eyes. Thank you for doing this interview with us today.
Thanks for talking with me.
No, not a problem. Now, with the name Seven Horns, Seven Eyes, what inspired the name?
Well, it was kind of thought of by one of our original guitar players who's not in the band anymore, but shortest answer is that it comes from Revelation in the Bible, and so we're all Christian guys. We're more like Christians in a band than identifying our band as being like a Christian band. Like, they're kind of two different things in my mind, but basically it's like an image of Jesus, and he's depicted as a lamb with 7 horns and 7 eyes, and so it's like this really cool kind of like metal looking image that also like resonates with our faith. So
cool.
Yeah.
Now, how did everyone come to form the band? Like, did everybody come from previous bands and form, or was it like your first band that you started?
No, I mean, for me, like, I'm 26 now, and the first band that I joined was with my friends when I was like 15. So for me, it's been kind of seamless from that point until now. Like, I've never not been in a band in the last 11 years, but I guess it kind of came on the heels of like a rock band I played in high school, and so myself and then my brother are the only original members from like when Seven Horns actually started. So and then our drummer Ryan, he's still in the band, and his brother Kyle was our original singer as well. So at one point there was like 2 sets of brothers in the band, and so that was pretty cool. And so Kyle left a couple years ago, and it's not quite, not the same lineup as it used to be, but yeah. So I mean, Ryan had played in bands before. Sean, our guitar player at the time, he had played in bands before. My brother had too. So really it was just kind of like, it was a new thing for all of us, but it wasn't the first time we'd played music.
Now, with Seven Horns, Seven Eyes, what inspired you to play this type of music, more or less? Like, yet I know you were saying that you have the faith and everything, but like, what pushed you towards metal over, say, other genres? Well,
I mean, I still love all kinds of different genres of music, and I don't listen to or write exclusively metal, but I don't know, like, I guess probably, I don't know, when I was maybe at 17 or 18, I really started getting into like just discovering different metal bands and stuff, and I realized that I really liked it, some people, the first time they hear screaming or growling, it's very like, they don't know how to react to it. They're just like, oh wow, that doesn't, I don't know how to connect with that. And so I just always like loved it from the beginning. When I was a lot younger in middle school, I liked like POD and stuff like that. So they sort of,
it kind of starts you off, and then you totally
so they got me used to like heavier type stuff, and so it was just natural to get into metal. And then of course, the more I learned about music and the more I learned to appreciate music, I realized there's a lot of cool stuff going on in metal that's like, more technical and smarter than other genres at times. So it was just, just kind of a natural progression.
Yeah. Now, involving your faith and metal, do you find at first it was hard for most metal people to get into that idea? Because most metal nowadays is seen as anti-faith and everything like that.
Yeah.
So having a faith, is it hard to step up into this area? Or?
I don't know. Like, I mean, there's always going to be people who are like so opposed to any form of organized religion, and so opposed to, the idea of believing in God, that like they're just going to be outspoken and be kind of hostile about the fact that we believe in those things. And I can't do anything to change, to change that. No. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, we don't, like, we're Christian individuals, but the Christian band term is just kind of vague and weird to me, and like we don't go to shows intending to go up on stage and just like oh, now we're gonna preach, everyone came to see a show, but really we're just gonna preach at you now because we have the opportunity to. Like, I'm not really like, that's not the goal really,
No.
So I mean, we play music because we're passionate about music, and if someone really just still can't listen to us because we believe something different than them, then okay, that's just the way it is, But I just try to write good music. I'm passionate the same way any other musician is, and so I find that most people, even if they don't believe the same thing I do, they're still, they still can appreciate the music and appreciate the art we're creating, even if they don't like resonate with the lyrics. There's so many bands I listen to, like Devin Townsend doesn't believe what I believe, and he writes amazing music, and I don't I don't complain all day about like, oh, I can't believe he believes in that, and like,
well, it's whatever. Like black metal bands from Norway, like Gorgoroth and all those bands, they believe in Satan and stuff. Well, I don't. I just like them musically because they're good at what they do. It's not like I'm gonna go burn churches and stuff or anything like that, Like, I'm not gonna be that way.
With a lot of those bands, I also wonder like if it's just kind of image. I think some of it is image, definitely, but at the same time, they probably,
some are a little.
So I guess it's like on a case by case basis, but whatever.
As long as you keep it, like, as long as like you're not extreme about it, then most people are pretty accepting.
Right, right. Yep, I agree.
Now this is kind of like, tonight's kind of like a pre-tour show for you guys. Speaking of the tour, are you guys really excited? Like, what are your feelings about the tour?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, about a month ago, we just finished up like our first it was a co-headlining tour. Yeah. We did with a band called Stealing Axion. They're from Tacoma. It's another Century Media, Inside Out Records band. So it was really fun going out with them. I mean, some of the shows were kind of small, and like we came back, we didn't lose money, you know, played some cool shows, and it, you know, it was a good experience, and it was great. But being a headliner and being kind of a small new band like us is really not optimal. So this next tour, I'm really looking forward to, you know, being the opener of the tour package. Most of these shows are going to have like 2 or 3 local bands before us, so we'll be playing kind of in the middle of the set, the middle of the night rather, you know. And it's kind of a lot of pressure off the shoulders, like not having to show up every night and be like, well, I hope we bring out a lot of fans, you know. It's kind of more like, oh, we get to play for other people's fans.
Like you guys and Jeff Loomis are the touring performance, right? So everyone comes out for the touring performance.
Right.
Like, the local bands are an added bonus, but everybody always comes out for who's touring or who came from afar, kind of thing.
Yep. And then like Chimp Spanner and the Contortionist are the other two bands on the tour. So it's pretty cool, wide range of bands that all sort of fit, but everyone's got their own little like, you know, thing, a little crowd going on. So I think it'll be a good time.
No, well, thank you, Aaron, for doing this interview for us, and we hope your tour goes really well. Before we finish, is there anything you'd like to say?
Our debut album, Throes of Absolution, came out on April 24th via Century Media Records in the US, and then Basic Records in Europe and the UK. So if you like kind of doomy, polyrhythmic a little bit, atmospheric, sort of technical metal, check it out. I dig it.
Cool. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks.